This is a fan project. All material used are properties of their respective owners. I claim no ownership. Please do like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you and enjoy the video. Hi everyone, Peter Asterisk here, and I'm back with another Toku video. So, a few days ago, Kamen Gavv just had its press conference, or more aptly, web special, as they say it. So yeah, this video will be my thoughts and reaction towards said info. A lot of info just got confirmed. So yeah, let's just get into it, shall we? So, Kamen Rider Gavv is the overall 39th Kamen Rider of the series, and the 6th rider in the Reiwa era. So I've compiled a few notes that I've written down, so forgive me if I have to refer back and forth to the notes, okay? Before we get to the characters and the premise of the series, I'm going to talk about the first confirmed thing. It was rumor going around that that either Yuya Nawada, the writer for 01 X8 and Deets, X801 and Deets, will be coming back to write the series, but this rumor has been debunked, and it is now confirmed that Junko Komura will be the main writer of the show. And Junko Komura is the main writer for a few Super Sentai series. Most notably, she was the main writer for Zyuohger and Lupat, and her last credited as a main writer was Zenkaiger. So that's she's never done any writer series to my knowledge, but the main writing credit for she has done a few main writing credits for Sentai, and the few that she's done as a main writer is actually a pretty solid track record. Has a pretty solid track record. So let's Zyuohger. It's an okay series. It has good moments and it has its bad moments, but overall it's a pretty okay series, I might say. Lupat though. Lupat's a great series. Lupat's a very great series. It's a very character focused series though. And yeah, I'm excited. And and it has a lot of serious moments too. So, and Zyuohger also has serious moments. And actually dark moments if you count Zyuohger World's part in the story. Yeah. And the last main writer credit is Zenkaiger. And that series is just comedy in general. So I am expecting a mix of comedy and serious beats with a lot of heavy character moments, heavy character storylines, because of the Lupat and Zenkai part. So yeah, let's continue on with the characters. So our main character, our titular writer in the series, Kamen Rider Gavv, is named Soma. Just Soma. No last name mentioned yet. So apparently, he's an alien. Like legit alien. The production team said he's from another world. So technically an alien. And he's fighting against his own race to protect humanity. And he transforms into Kamen Rider Gavv using the Henshin belt Gavv and this season's collecting item, not collecting, transformation gimmick trinkets, the Gochizos. which he actually produced by consuming foods or snacks and sweets in this case. And he transforms into Kamen Rider Gavv base form using the Poppin' Gummy Gochizo. And this is kind of a departure. Like, this is a long time depart. This is quite a departure from the usual tropes of Rider series, because the belt's not a driver, to say the least. It's part of his own body. It's part of his anatomy. So there's a leak going around before this press conference that he'll show up in the Gotchard movie, the future Daybreak movie, and he henshined in that movie. And the way he henshins, he opens a zipper in his shirt right on his stomach, and the driver is connected to his stomach. So basically the driver is kind of like a second mouth in his waist. And there's no strap, like it's like stuck on him. It's legit stuck on him. And later confirmed that all of his race, the Granutes, are like that. They have a second appendages, like a second mouth in their stomach. So he transforms using the Gochizos to put in his belt, Henshin Belt Gavv, and it's not a driver. Again, it's not a driver. So it's not something that you can take off. It's a part of Soma's body. Transforms to Gavv, and from the way he transforms in the late clip, it felt like he's in slight pain, like it caused him discomfort. So we'll see if it becomes that case in the series, but that's how I see it in the movie. So yeah. And we do not know his last name, and in the trailer, in the press conference, he falls out of a plane or passes through a plane from the sky and falls in a beach, and where a kid found him. Moving on, we also got confirm our secondary rider, Kamen Rider Valen, or Valen. I'm just gonna say Valen because I think it's like a play on Valentine. He uses the Shokodan Gochizo. No, Shokodon. There's actually two Gochizos. I'll get to that later. And uses the Valen Buster to transform. And his identity is, I'm going to look at the notes, Hanto Karakita. He is a journalist, I think more of an investigative journalist, that is investigating a series of disappearance, of people disappearing due to the Granutes. And through some circumstances, it's not revealed how, but it just said in the description, after an accident or something, circumstances, he's able to transform into Kamen Rider Valen. And from what we got from the press conference, his relationship with Gavv is actually might be more friendly than I expected, because usually secondary riders are either a rival-ish or just buddies. This secondary rider feels more like a partner, like a friend, a partner in crime from the get-go, than a rival first. It seems that he doesn't start off as a rival. Like, we got scenes in the trailer of Valen and Gavv fighting together, fighting a monster together. So yeah, but back to Gavv a bit. Gavv has a couple of forms that are revealed. So far, Gavv, excluding his base form, has 4 other forms. Gunslinger form using the Chocodan Gochizo, chocolate Gochizo, and it's a Gunslinger Desperados type form. It has a hat, chocolate cowboy-ish hat, and a poncho, a melted chocolate poncho, and it uses the Chocodan gun. And the way he uses this gun, how he activates this gun, I think is pretty cool. But I don't think they're gonna do this every episode when he transforms to Chocodan form. He bites the chocolate, the gun. The chocolate's shaped like a chocolate bar. The gun is shaped like a chocolate bar, a dark chocolate bar, and he bites the bar to create the barrel to activate. I think that's pretty cool. Like it's cool to see, but I don't think they're gonna do it every time he transforms to Chocodan. And speaking of Chocodan, Valen actually uses a variant of the Chocodan named Chocodon, because his chocolate is a mix of dark chocolate or milk chocolate and white chocolate, while Gavv uses all dark or milk chocolate. Second form another form after Chocodan is Zaku Zaku chips, which use these Zaku Zaku chips Gochizo, and this form is designed after a potato chip. Yeah, potato chips. It's a swordsman type form, and it uses the Zaku Zaku slasher twin potato chip swords, which I think he also bites to activate. There's a lot of bite marks in it. And yeah, this form is pretty interesting to look at. Like all the forms are very interesting designs. All the forms are food and snack types. And then the other form that got revealed is the Fua Malo, which uses the Fua Fua Malo Gochizo, or marshmallow. And this form I call the Michelin Man, because it looks like, or the Stay Puffed, or Mr. Stay Puffed. It's a marshmallow based form. It's very bulky, like not bulky. It's very bubbly to say. It has a lot of marshmallow. I don't know if it's a tank or a defensive form, because one instance in the trailer, it buffs up, like it bulks up, and doesn't seem to have any specific weapons. The last form that is revealed is the Gurukan form, which is it's a hunking mech tank form. It's not CG actually. It's in suit like XA level 99 or Gotchard like what Forest Lightning? Yeah, like that. It's a big, chunky form that I think uses the bike as the armor, and it uses the Gurukan Gochizo, which is based on a lollipop, and it seems to fuse together. Gavv seems to fuse together with his rider machine to achieve this form. And speaking of rider machine, his rider machine is named the Vrokan Buggy, and it's not actually buggy, but I think personally it's an ATV, and it's an ATV because it has a handlebar instead of a steering wheel. So yeah, it's fully CGI, and it's pink, and I think it's gonna fuse with Gavv to achieve the Gurukan form. And he actually has a second bike that he used in the trailer, out of suit. I don't know if they'll use that bike when in suit too, but I think to cut costs they probably will. And I do expect them not to use the Vrokan Buggy that much because it's all CGI. Doesn't seem to have any like practical effects in it. like in stationary mode, like Revice's hover bike. It actually they made that bike for stationary shots, but for movement, it's all CGI. So far, Valen doesn't have any other forms, but there's rumors going on that he'll have a donut form. I don't know, but it's all the form's all connected to food and snacks. Okay. The next character that's revealed is Sachika Amane, which will be the main heroine of this series. And she's a very bright and happy character based on her trailer. And she's actually the owner of a store called Happy Pare, which Soma either frequents or ends up living and working in. Yeah. I don't know how they're gonna have the dynamics because we're not shown a lot, but so far it looks like Amane and Soma will be either living together or working together in the store. Don't know about Hanto. And the production team also said, I don't know if it's gonna be proven true or not. They also mentioned that Amane is a new type of heroine. I don't know what that means yet, but we'll see. Moving on to the villains of this series. I mentioned before that the villain monster are called granutes, the same type, granutes, based off granulated sugar. So granutes are the same race as Soma. Leading the granutes are the Stomach Corporation. Yeah, Stomach Corporation, run by the Stomach family, or Stomach family, headed by the eldest son, or the first child, Rango Stomach. I don't know if I'm gonna say stomach or stomach. I'm just gonna say stomach. And he is said to be a master, a capable leader, and has great managerial skills. The second person in the Stomach family is Groda Stomach. She is the eldest daughter and probably the second child of the family. And she oversees the production of company. Also, just to mention, the Stomach Corporation is also is kind of a Wonka factory. It's a very popular, a big corporation that sells sweets in the sweets world, like a confectionery world. And it says in the note that this is in the note I took. She's very seductive and alluring. I can see why. There's already people standing her immediately. And it says also that she doesn't mind getting her hands dirty. Like, she will fight in the front lines. And she has inhuman strength. Which apparently I don't think that needs to be point out, because all granutes have superhuman strength. Even Soma has superhuman strength out of suit. Oh yeah, speaking of granutes, they can all disguise themselves as humans. The third person in the Stomach family is Nirv, or Nirv. I'm just gonna call it Nirv. Nirv Stomach. And he's the second son and the third child, I think. And he's the brains of the corporation. He's the scientist. He's a schemer, and it said that he's actually, he's Roma Sengoku type character. I feel like he's a very Roma Sengoku type character. And he oversees R&D for new products. The final member of the family so far are the twins Theta and Jeep. They're twins, and one of them is a boy or guy. The other is female. They're twins and they communicate to each other via telepathy. And they are in charge of procuring ingredients to make products for the company. Now, how they procure ingredients here, I think connects to how the Granutes operate as a whole. Granutes are said to consume human happiness, and humans that are consumed by Granutes turn into like small, like glass acrylic stands, like anime, glass acrylic stands, like small acrylic stands that in shape of their human forms. And then they don't fully consume them. That's actually their job. What they consume are called dark snacks, which are these like dark gold cubes that they consume. Now, how they got those is the consumed humans that they got are later given to the Stomach Corp via their agents. Like they have entities called agents that are responsible for collecting those humans. And for payment, the agents gave the Granutes the dark snacks. So that's how that shit works. The agents are not fully delved in the press conference other than as the middleman. We don't see any agents fighting yet. The Granutes can also turn into like a second form or a giant CGI form, because in the trailer, Gavv chases it via the Rokon buggy. So yeah, that's the villains so far. Now let's theory craft a bit. So there's a rumor going around. That Soma's actual full name is Soma Stomach, which is actually kind of funny as it plays on show my stomach, showing his stomach, because how he's transferred is he legit shows his stomach. Oh yeah, and all all Granutes have the same appendages as Soma, and they have like tongues inside them. So, and also this is not confirmed yet. I think one of the reasons why Soma is fighting against his own race is because the Granutes, or maybe the Stomach Corp or the Stomach family, captured and turned his mother into a dark snack. So a bit of theory crafting here. If Soma is part of the Stomach family and the Stomach family, captured his mom and turned her into a dark snack, that would probably mean that Soma is like a half sibling / maybe a bastard child, which probably explains why his appendages doesn't work like the same as the normal Granutes. He's a half-breed. That might be the case, but he could also be a full-on Granute, or the Granutes just can do cannibalism, can eat each other. But yeah, based on the rumor that he has a vendetta towards the Granutes, and if that's the case, he could also be a member of the Stomach family. We've not seen any of the parents yet from the elders of the Stomach family. We don't know if they're alive or dead yet. So the head of the organization is Rango. We don't see his or their parents yet. So let's see. And apparently all their names are different languages of tongues. So Rango is a Spanish. Nerv is Grota is Greek. I don't know which Nerv is, but Theta or Shita is Japanese, or Jeep, I think, but all of them are basically different languages for tongue. So based on that info, and me theory crafting a bit. This series feels like it'll have a mix of comedic moments, character moments, but also some dark themes in it. Like I expect a dark theme because honestly, this will be on my Gotchart review when it ends. But watching Gotchart is like playing hot jump rope with my expectations. Let's leave it at that. But yeah, so with all that info on hand, I will say, as usual, I am cautiously optimistic of this series. But seriously, let's be real. Kamen Rider needs to step up their game. Kamen Rider needs to step up their game because, dear Lord, Sentai has been beat for beat in bangers after Kira Major. Like Kira Major was okay. Like if you also like Kira Major, then after the Reiwa era has been banger after banger after bangers. They haven't missed a beat yet. As for Rider, well, 01 has its ups and downs, but overall I liked it. But it really got fucked over by the pandemic. I don't want to talk about how bad Saber is because that's a travesty. Revice was very middling to for me. And then Deets happened. Deets was such a game changer in the Reiwa era. That series is so good. It set the bar so high. And then we got Gotchart, which honestly I think cannot pass that bar. It can't even jump half the height most of the time. So yeah, I am hoping at the very least it could keep up with Deets. I want it to surpass Deets, but at the very least be head to head with Deets. Because Rider needs a boost. Kamen Rider needs to step up their game. Really needs to step up their game. But yeah. I do like the suits though. Like all of the suits so far. Gavv, Valen needs some getting used to, but Gavv, base Gavv, Poppin' Gummy Gavv, is pretty good. It's really growing on me. Also, it has like variant weapons. Aside from a sword, it has the punching and kicking gummy to use for its Rider punch and I think Rider kick. Yeah, he'll use the kicking gummy for Rider kick. Yeah, all of the gummies in the form so far, I really like it, and it's pretty colorful. It's giving me X8 vibes, but food. But I'm hoping story-wise, it's also X8 mixed with Gaim because it's food. I am hoping that's the case. I am really hoping that's the case. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed, people. So yeah. Rider really needs to step up their game. But what I am actually happy with for Gavv so far, for all the info on Gavv, their toy game, especially their action figure line, they actually made a new type of action figure. Like usually they use the current line of affordable action figures. They use the RKF. This new one actually feels more like semi figure arts because the joints looks more figure artsy. So I expect the figure arts for Gavv, which I'm definitely gonna get because that suit looks great. I haven't gotten Gotchart yet, because I am scared of that paint shipping because it's shiny as fuck. Yeah, I expect Gavv SHF to do much better because the affordable figures are already semi-figure arts in articulation and in paint accuracy, even though the weapons are all black, are in monocolors. But the rest of the figure is color accurate. And the joints, though, it has butterfly joints now. It has an ab crunch, which is cool. If the Gavv as figure arts is too expensive, you can just buy that. And as for DX weapon, I'm not gonna buy DX weapon in any time soon. I'm gonna stick to figure arts. And I think that's it for the press conference. My thoughts on the press conference. I'm excited, but cautious at the same time. I'm cautiously optimistic, as I am with every Toku series, because Rider has been on a slump, and their only rise was, like, legit high point was on deets. And yeah, I really want Rider to succeed. And I have faith. I am trusting in Junko Komura to execute that. Because she did Lupat, she did Zyuohger, and she did Zenkai. Fingers crossed that this series will be good. Like, as always. I will give my first impressions after the first, like, I'm not gonna first 3 episode it. Like Gotchard or Boom Boonger, after, like, its first arc. I will give the first impression after the first arc is completed. So yeah. So after this, my next Toku video will probably be Gotchard's review, which, ooh, that's either going to be a short one or a very long one. Probably a long one. So yeah. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the next video. Please do comment, like, and subscribe. Every little bit helps. And yes, follow me on all the things. See you next time. I'm Peter Asterisk, and I'm signing off. Bye.